Hey guys, welcome back to Loft Sports. I'm Tyler.
I'm Seth.
Today we're going to be doing a fun little video. We're going to be doing our 2019 Nebraska Cornhuskers preview with the upcoming season. We're less than a month away from kickoff in week 0 down in Orlando at Camping World Stadium. Miami takes on Florida. College football is right around the corner.
Absolutely. Today we're going to be doing a little bit more of a personal video than we normally do. If you guys didn't catch some of our early videos, me and Ty are actually both from Lincoln, Nebraska. We both graduated from UNL. He's not the biggest Husker fan.
Go Irish.
I am, of course. I share a birthday with Tom Osborne. What can I say? I guess I was just born into it. This one's also a little bit personal. We got some bets riding on this. When Scott Frost was hired, I told Ty kind of just on a little bit of a whim that we're going to win the West in 3 years and we're going to win the Big Ten in 5 years. And he goes, put your money where your mouth is. It's what we did. Part 1 of that could happen this year.
A little nervous about that.
We'll see. We'll see. If you guys stay tuned, you'll see. Also got more of a bet on this year too. Irish fan, Husker fan. Who has more wins? Stop the video. Leave a comment below. Who you think is going to have more wins? Notre Dame or Nebraska? It should be interesting to see. Ty, give me your record for the season. Let's hear it.
All right. I am a little bit nervous about the West thing this year because you guys do have a favorable schedule. I think you will go 9-3 and 6-3 in the conference. I don't think you're ready to take on a team of Ohio State's caliber. I think there's some games that will trip you up. Northwestern is always a heart attack for you guys.
Yeah.
Seems like the road team in that series is usually the one that...
Those games are always close. They're ones I don't always look forward to.
Yeah. I do think you guys will beat Wisconsin and Iowa this year.
Okay.
Believe it or not. They're both at home late in the season. If Frost trend continues from last year, by then you guys should be playing much, much better. So I think you will beat both of them, but I think you lose to Ohio State, Northwestern, and at Purdue. Okay. So we did our Big Ten video. I have a 4-way tie atop the West, and therefore I think you guys don't win the West. So I think I'll be okay for this year and dodge a bullet there. But I do love Adrian Martinez. I think your defense is a little bit of an X factor.
Sure.
If they continue to struggle like they did last year, they only got 6 starters returning. If you put them in a bad position, that could be tough. Turnover margin is going to be the key. You guys got to take care of the football, and I think you still lack the top talent to win a Big Ten championship. All right, so I hear it every year. Nebraska's back. We're going to the national championship. We're doing this. We're doing that. And yet every season you guys are disappointed and you're firing a coach that's won 9 games. Tell me why this year is going to be different.
We haven't won the national championship yet?
No.
Yeah, I mean, okay. You got to start. It is what it is. 2 back-to-back, 4 in 8 years. I never thought in my life I'd see it, but that's where we are. Moving on to this year, I see this team being much improved. I like what you said. Adrian Martinez, it all starts there. Scott Frost, everything he's building, the culture, everything like that. Got to show it on the field, though. It's nice to hear. It sounds nice when he's talking. Prove it. Go out, win games. I do think this is another year where I think we are going to be in the conversation. Maybe not national championship. I won't go quite that high. Potential playoff maybe, but probably not. I know that. When I'm looking at the record, though, I do have us going 10-2. That might surprise some people. I think a big difference from you here is just going over the highlights. I think we start the non-conference off right. I don't think we'll lose to Colorado this year. I think we'll get a revenge win there.
I agree.
Ohio State comes to Lincoln, and it's going to be the most starved, desperate crowd that's been in Lincoln in a long time. Game day's probably going to be there. It could be a day to celebrate Husker football and help propel it back to where it is. I have us winning that game against Ohio State. I do also have us splitting Wisconsin and Iowa. If we don't beat Ohio State, we better beat those 2 teams, but that's different. I see us splitting those 2. And maybe a trip up against a Northwestern who's always tricky, a Purdue team that has some talent to beat you on any given day. I do see us going 10-2 though, and I do see us winning the West. Alright, now Ty, I know you're doing some research. Your favorite thing is to pinpoint why Nebraska's not going to be good. You found some interesting trends over the last bits of history here since we joined the Big Ten. What do you got for me?
So since joining the Big Ten, Nebraska has really struggled against quality teams. 6-21 against ranked teams at the time those games are played. That's not very good, especially for a program that consistently claims they're in the top 10 of historic programs, which they might be.
We're 6 wins in all time.
Anyway, you got 6 wins against top 25 teams the last 8 years. So how's that working for you?
Fair enough.
This number that really staggered me the most, though, was Nebraska is 22-22 against teams in the West Division. When these conferences were aligned, I was not expecting those type of results. You're talking about losing records against Iowa, having 500 records against Minnesota and Northwestern. You guys should have the talent year in and year out to beat those teams, and you're just not doing it.
You're damn right we should.
So I'm not convinced this team is ready to go to that level.
I mean, I agree with you. It is what it is. 22-22 in the West, losing records against teams we shouldn't have. I get it. I think this program, this culture is a lot different now that Scott Frost is here. It's not just a homer thing. There were certain things that worked for 25 years in college football, 25 to 30 years really in college football, that made us the most dominant team in that time span. Now, I know times have changed, but all those core principles are still there. And I think with Frost back, he knows that. He knows how to win in Lincoln. This is year 2 in his system, year 2 in his culture. I think we're going to see that more. We've had a resurgence of what we know, and I'm talking we, as in Husker Nation, Husker fans, know as Husker Power. That's the strength and conditioning program. That was the identity of all our teams in the 90s. When it was the pipeline, we were running through teams left and right. Teams couldn't run on us. Quarterbacks felt us the next day. Are we back there yet? No. I don't think we are. I think we're getting close, though. Scott Frost said in Big Ten Media Days, we have 6 or 7 defensive linemen doing over 800 reps, or doing, not 800 reps, 2 reps of over 800 pounds on squat. I know the team is bigger, faster, stronger. That's never a bad thing.
Are they more talented, though? You have Martinez.
Yes.
But you may not have. We've heard some new things about Maurice Washington. Your running back position, which is what Nebraska's known for, is going to be very depleted.
I get that.
I don't think you have a lot of talent on the flanks offensively, and I really don't know that your offensive line is capable of keeping Martinez upright. If he goes down, this season's lost.
No, I get that. If we lose Martinez, the whole season's just rip it up, ball it, throw it in the trash. More than I get all that. What I'm coming with, yes, we might not be as talented as Michigan, as Ohio State. Neither is Iowa. Neither is Wisconsin. Neither is a freaking Purdue who beat Ohio State last year. It's not always about that. Football is about playing together, playing for your brothers, as they say, being a team. Now, this team, this culture is better. That should improve wins on its own. Okay, you lack talent. You have to outwork the other team. Where that starts is in the weight room, in strength and conditioning, working harder, pushing yourself more, being bigger, faster, and stronger will automatically make you better at football. That's just a fact.
Okay.
Second year in schemes, too. You have more of understanding of what's going on. The offense last year put up big numbers. They weren't even going up tempo yet. This offense could hit a whole nother level with Adrian Martinez. Yes, the offensive line, I do agree. There is some questions there. We do return 3 starters, but we lose key parts on the interior. Running back, you lose Divino Zigbo, who rushed for 1,100 yards. Stanley Morgan had over 1,000 yards receiving. That's tough production to just replenish, especially for Nebraska, who's not recruiting at the same levels as other schools. But I do think where that starts, scheme, culture. I think that can help alleviate that gap in talent until they get that talent necessary and pair it all together. Okay.
4-8 the last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
What is a successful season acceptable for Husker fans? Is it 8-4? Is it flipping the record? Or do you need to see more?
I think basically when people look at it, I think national media might say flip the record, go to a bowl game, win the bowl game, put on a good performance. That's not good enough for us. That's That's not good enough
So
for
8-4. What if you win a bowl game and you go 9-4?
Scott Frost is supposed to be the savior of this freaking program. It just is what it is.
In 2 years?
It don't matter. The schedule's there. The quarterback's there. I think there's enough talent there with this schedule to win the West.
The schedule is favorable.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he needs to go out and win a Big Ten championship this year.
Well, you got 4 years left, so he better. You're taking me to a game of my choosing.
Yeah. Anyway, what I'm getting at is 8-4 is just not good enough. That's not going to impress us.
What if it's 8-4 with a bowl win?
It's not going to impress us. It's going to leave us wanting more.
So 9 wins is acceptable?
I think 9 wins is at a minimum of acceptable. And those 9 wins need to include a win over at least Wisconsin or Iowa. I would prefer that to be over Wisconsin because we haven't shown we can beat them.
1-7 against the Badgers.
Exactly. Iowa we beat a couple times, even though I hate you Iowa fans. That's different. That I do think we have enough to beat those teams. Well, yes. I think 9-3 is where it needs to start. I think where it really gets into taking a next step is 10-2. I want to see 10-2. I want to see us at least contend against Ohio State. I think we're going to beat them, lose a couple of, like I said. But I think we need to be 10-2. We need that momentum. We need to win the West. We need to go to the Big Ten championship game for Frost to get this program where it needs to be. Maybe I just want him to win the West. That's what I want this year.
That's a reasonable goal in year 2 with this game.
That's what I'm saying. I think he needs to win the West. That will be a successful season. Whether that takes 9-3, 10-2, 8-4, just win the freaking division.
How much of an outside chance do you give yourselves at going 11-1 or 12-0?
11-1 is not. I don't think it's out of line. I don't think it's a homer being a homer in this case. You look at the schedule. Ohio State at home. That's probably the only game we're not going to be favored in because Wisconsin and Iowa will probably be toss-up
It's the only
games.
game that they were clearly at a talent discrepancy.
Sure, we're better. We have more talent than every other team on that schedule. Not even close. Maybe a few positions.
Wisconsin's pretty close, but
we have more talent at the elite positions. They just have better offensive lines, better defensive lines the last few years.
I don't know. I like Wisconsin's running back quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to have Jonathan Taylor. That's one person. We're talking about a whole team, and I'd rather have an elite quarterback over an elite running back any day of the week. But I just think where I'm at with it, the division needs to be won.
Is there a way, in your mind, and in Husker fans' mind, Scott Frost could ever be poached from Nebraska, whether it's by an elite program or the NFL?
No.
So if the NFL comes knocking,
Nope.
You don't think he'll ever
No,
leave?
Scott Frost is not an NFL coach. I think he loves being around young men and help transforming them into just like Tom Osborne did. I think he wants to be a father figure. He wants to teach these boys how to win football games and be a winner on and off the field. Same as Tom. He's a college coach. He enjoys the relationships with young players and developing them too much. I think this is where he belongs. And the bottom line is, if he didn't want to be here, he could be at Florida. He could be at maybe UCLA.
He might be if they come knocking and money talks.
Yeah, money talks. We have enough money to keep him. We're not going to let him go if the success is there. It's just stupid. We're going to be bringing in all the revenue. I don't think he's ever going to leave here unless he actually wants to. I don't see it happening, though.
All right. All right. Well, thank you guys so much. We'll continue to come at you with these videos as we get closer to the college football season.
This was a fun one.
It was. And I think there's more here than what we've led on to. But we'll get back to that when we get closer. We're less than a month away from kickoff down in Orlando between Miami and Florida. Thank you guys so much. Please continue to like us on Facebook, subscribe to our channel on YouTube, comments on videos, and as always, trash talk is always welcome. This is Loft Sports, signing off.
Trying to run a show and you have to do your own hair and makeup.
I wonder what this means right here.